Hey guys, and welcome back to Justice Tarot. I am Tiff, and I am going to be doing your collective reading for today. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are returning, I thank you so much for coming back. And if this popped up on your timeline, I am sure there is a message in here for you, so stay tuned to the end. Remember that this is a collective message. So this is going to be for you, for me, for everybody. So if you hear something that doesn't really sound like your story, if it don't apply, let it fly. If you do hear something that makes kind of your stomach tingle or you're like, that sounds like me, listen up because there could be a message in here for you. Okay? All right. All right, let's go ahead and get these cards out. I'm going to give a little shuffle. I hope the week is treating you well, no matter when you see this. You're at some point in your week, so I hope the week is treating you well. Let's see what the energy is. Nine of Pentacles, yes. Okay, can I have more on the Nine of Pentacles? Okay, Three of Cups reversed. Five of Cups. Okay. So what this is telling me is that somebody is walking towards a more independent lifestyle. This could be you. This could be somebody around you. But the Nine of Pentacles in the upright lets me know that somebody is really trying to work hard on enjoying the fruits of their labor. They could be doing this in isolation. This could be you exiting something that wasn't really serving you. This could be you maybe staying away from third-party situations. Third-party situations like maybe friend groups that aren't really aligning with your goals, maybe partnerships that aren't really aligning with your goals. What this is showing me is that you are also suffering from a little bit of heartbreak. And because with the amount of cups, it's a total of 8 cups already. So that's letting me know 8 of cups, you're walking away from something. It could be you walking away from a person, you walking away from a situation, you walking away from something, but this is where you're at currently, even with making those decisions. And congratulations. Let's see what. Give me the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh. King of Cups. Can I have Three of Cups? The Devil reversed. At least it's reversed. Can I have Five of Cups? Four of Cups. There's so many cups. There's so many cups. So just okay. So somebody's in their feelings. Somebody is in their feelings right now, and it could be that right now you are wanting to give your love. The Knight of Cups lets me know this is like a knight in shining, like a knight in shining armor. Somebody who wants to show up and give love and pour in or give a cup, right? But the problem is next to him is the Devil reversed. So while the Devil is reversed, it means that somebody is trying to maybe unattach. This is kind of conflicting because you're going towards something that you should be unattaching from based on what the cards are saying. Now, what's after that is the Four of Cups, which also indicates to me that whatever you're about to give your cup to is going to leave you disconnected. So kind of, I'll show you even how it shows up. You see how he's like giving this cup to this kind of unhealthy situation. And then here's this cup over here, just like in the background. He can't even see it anymore. So what this is also telling me is that whatever situation that you could have been in, which guided you to be more independent, the love you gave is not the love that you got. The love that you poured in wasn't maybe totally received in the right way. And if sometimes that happens to show you that there are other situations where you need to be pouring yourself into. But I ain't gonna hold you. Okay. The middle row is letting me know Three of Cups in the reverse and the Devil in reverse, that somebody is trying to take themselves away from negative third party situations. So like I said in the beginning, kind of this mood, this nine of Pentacles mood is you really evaluating This could be you, this could be for anybody, I know who it is. You kind of reevaluating the people, places, and things for which you've been pouring your love or presenting your love to. And some of those situations could have left you in a 5 of cups in kind of this heartbreak situation, and also leaving you in a situation where you're not picking up on the right people or the right places and the right things that are kind of calling out to you. Because what this is also telling me, like this card is, it also looks like this is like coming from heaven. Like somebody's like, hey, I got this thing for you over here from heaven. And you're like, no, I'm sad. I want to look at these 3 things in front of me that aren't really doing much. So what this row is telling me, even with the bottom row, it's 5 of cups, which is already here. That's giving me 10 of cups, which means that this situation could have also been about a family situation. So maybe like a marriage, a partnership. It could have involved children that you maybe had to reevaluate that situation on. That could be for like 1 or 2 people. Let me get any blockages that you may have or anything that you may need to be aware of. Any blockages or anything that you need to be aware of. All right, so I got 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so someone is letting go of the burden. I've got 2 of Swords in reverse. Somebody has made a decision. They don't know whether it's right. In the Lovers. Okay, so if you are not in any type of partnership, what this is showing me, just with the Lovers and the 9, that you are coming into alignment with yourself. You are kind of coming into union with yourself. You're coming into finding who you are, and you're doing that by dropping whatever burdens that was currently. Slow down, cowgirl. Slow down. Okay. So you're doing that by eliminating yourself from situations that didn't bring you love, that didn't pour into you, that weren't aligned with you. With the two of swords in the reverse, it looks like it could have even been like a situation that was quick, a situation where you were just like, nope, enough is enough. I'm going to go ahead and drop this burden and move forward. Um, so you made a choice in love. What else do I need to know? Give me the 10 of Wands. 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords reverse. All right. Okay. 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 Knight of Wands in the upright. Okay. All right. Here's what's happening. So 7 of Swords in reverse, Knight of Wands in the upright, and then I got the 9 of Swords in the upright, but that came under the Lover. So it looks like somebody is making a decision about letting go of a burden, but what they have to let go of includes having to come clean about something maybe involving the third party that they had to remove themselves from. That can be you, this can be for a group of people, that can be for anyone. What I'm also seeing is that in this is that there is a lot of, it's a lot of wand energy and what you need to know and what's holding you back. There's a lot of impulsive energy, a lot of fiery energy. So this could also be like a fire sign. This could also be about a fire sign. You know, I don't really always love to call out signs because everybody doesn't know their full birth chart. But if you segue, go check your birth chart. Okay. But if this sounds like something that you're in where you had to make a very impulsive decision to let the burden go, but what's holding you up is having to come clean or talk about deception. So maybe not even something that you did, something that maybe was done to you that had that caused you to have to pivot. Maybe that is something that you need to kind of come to terms with. Can I have 7 of Swords reversed? And whatever it is, whatever you have to confess is bringing you a lot of anxiety and is something that you haven't done yet. So you've made the decision to do it, but you have not done it yet because you're still sitting. Someone is still sitting, maybe not you, but someone is still sitting in the 9 of Swords energy. So with some anxiety, some depression, not really. 9 of Swords, you almost at the 10 of Swords. So this really aching on your brain. And with the amount of swords, the 11 that's on the board, yeah, you in your head about your heart. All right. Can I get more on what needs to be? What's the Seven of Swords reverse? Five of Wands reverse. Avoiding it. Judgment. Ace of Wands reversed. Okay, so this could be for you or anybody. So basically, this looks like someone has to come clean about, not come clean. Nah, somebody need to probably come clean about a misjudgment in a conflict um, that they had that should have came out more positively, right? So someone needs to face judgment and somebody is avoiding judgment right now. Somebody is avoiding conflict, somebody is avoiding a conversation. What this is also telling me is that someone is on the I'm going to agree to disagree type of vibe. And that looks like it's what's bringing you anxiety. So let's talk about the agree to disagree. That is a very passive way to address conflict. You can either agree or you disagree. You can talk about it, you can come to a common ground, but when you avoid it altogether just with the concept of I'm going to agree to disagree, but you're not directly addressing what needs to be agreed to or disagreed on, it's going 12-12 on the timer. It's going to bring more conflict and more strife, especially if it's including a third party, especially if it's including something that was a negative third party attachment that you have to kind of come clean about. Y'all know Seven of Swords. Whenever I see Seven of Swords, somebody was lying. Somebody was like, the Seven of Swords don't come out unless somebody was lying. Okay, so you was lying. Somebody was lying to you. And it's time because judgment is here. It is time to come clean. Like when judgment shows up in the reverse, it's almost like negative karma at this point. It's almost like God is like, hey, yo, you need to do the right thing. And you're like, no, I'm going to agree to disagree. Why you sitting over here in the Nine of Swords? So if you have been someone who has been getting kind of messages or ideas to do the right thing, and for whatever reason, let me see what's preventing you from doing the right thing. If this does apply to you, what's preventing you from doing the right thing? I got Queen of Cups in the upright, Seven of Cups in the upright, and King of Cups in the reverse. That's a couple. And the question that I asked is what's preventing you from doing the right thing? And what it looks like is with the King of Cups in the reverse, this is somebody who has like repressed emotions. It could be a male, female, frog, dog, I don't care. But with the King of Cups in reverse, it is someone who is typically outspoken about their emotions, who is repressing their emotions. They're kind of manipulative, they're emotionally manipulative. They don't really, and because they're looking at the Seven of Cups, it looks like they're looking at illusions. Meanwhile, the Queen of Cups is kind of just looking forward. So, what this is telling me, especially if there is a couple involved. So, for this to come up first and then a couple to come up, this there is a group or someone who is thinking about leaving a partnership for something that is more aligned with their heart space, because there are a lot of cups on this board. Um, but the problem is whoever is trying to maybe leave the situation, or whoever is trying to, I don't know, look at the options or look at what kept them apart. They're not looking at it from a clear point of view. They're looking at it from a kind of illusioned, kind of disillusioned, like I'm not going to be truthful with myself. I'm going to keep lying to myself possibly about what happened. So, y'all, hold on, it's hot. Hold on. Lord have mercy. It's getting warm. It's getting hot. Okay, so all right, where was I? So as far as like what's blocking, what's keeping you back, what you need to know. For some people, you are going to have to come clean about your feelings, possibly for somebody else, possibly about a third party situation, because it looks like you are unattaching from something that is negative and you're looking at something that could possibly be positive, but it can only be positive if you face the judgment. So the goal is to really turn this upright about the things that were being kind of held or hidden from whoever the partnership is with this lovers. And because the lovers come up and because we have a couple that came up, make it right. For somebody out there, make it right. For somebody out there, please just make it right. Especially if you are the person who is in this King of Cups energy where you're not really with, and it also fell on top of the Ace of Wands in reverse, which means you're also suffering from kind of lack of passion, boredom. You might be sexually blocked right now. You may not be getting what you, and for real, if you out here lying, you shouldn't be getting none. Hell, if you out here not being honest, what? Just talk. All right, let me get some advice. And these are a lot of cards, so let me get these up so I can get y'all some advice because I'm not talk. For somebody out there, you need to confess. Like for judgment to come up, for the seven of swords to come up, for the lovers to come up, that and the lovers came up upright. So that means that this is a partnership that you choose. It's a partnership that for the two of swords to come up in right before it. Yes, this is a partnership that you've chosen with your whole heart, but something happened that perhaps didn't look like you chose it with your whole heart. If the truth behind the matter is that there is truly love there and that is something that needs to be expressed, express that with what you did, not in a King of Cups in reverse kind of way, in a manipulative way, in a way that manipulates the energy or the emotion, but just come clean with what happened and allow the cards to kind of fall as they will. Let me get you a little bit more advice since I gave you my own. Sorry. But just confess, talk. Stop avoiding judgment. Guys, you can't avoid judgment. Everything that happens in the dark is gonna come to the light. The longer you avoid it, the more light that's gonna get shown on it, unless you shine it yourself. All right, what's the advice? I got two of swords and reversed again. So the advice, two of swords in reverse, nine of swords in the upright, and the fool. So that's you need to fight through the anxiety to get whatever new beginning you want. You need to make a choice to address whatever has been causing you worry. Oftentimes we kind of live in this world where we think that if we're worried about something in depression, that stuff comes through like your energy, you not being able to be as like spontaneous, you not being able to dip into your childlike nature, you not being able to kind of create for others, create for yourself. If you have children, create for your children. When you're suffering from anxiety, like nightmares, this is also telling me somebody is up at night, somebody is not getting rest, and it's falling right in the middle, and of course they're in bed. Somebody is not getting rest, and you have to rest, recuperate, and make a choice to start your new beginning with the truth. You can't have a solid new beginning off lies. You can't have a solid new beginning. So if you're with somebody and you just want to start the relationship over, if you want to start something new, you have to go at it with being as transparent as you can be, being as honest as you can be, and understanding that honesty, vulnerability is probably what's needed, especially if the king and queen of cups that they feelings all the time. That's heart centered. They're heart centered. So just we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna get you a little bit more advice from the oracles, but this is letting me know that you need to fight through whatever anxieties are preventing you from getting to your new beginning, and the things that it looks like are bringing you anxieties is avoiding being an avoidant. Um, of course you're going to have anxiety if you're avoiding the things that you need to fix to make your life better. If you're sitting in this energy, now that I'm kind of looking at the Nine of Cups, or not the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, thinking about it, if you are kind of sitting in this energy alone by yourself, but you also have anxiety, and you are trying to detach from third party situations, maybe you're not doing it in a way that's healthy for you. Maybe you're not reaching out to the positive people in your life, or engaging in the positive things that you need to put your energy into. um let me get some, sorry, process, peace, anything else, responsibility. Let's start with process. It's time to put those long cherished ideas into action. New beginnings. You will soon come into contact with the appropriate individuals, circumstances, and resources. Confirmation. Eventually, you will experience joy as well as brand new opportunities. Trust in the process. The next card that came out, or the next piece of advice that came out, was peace. Peace is inner tranquility. Don't sweat the small stuff and look at everything with a calm mind. Life won't always be smooth sailing, and peace will keep you calm through the ups and downs. Responsibility. Fortune refers to more than just monetary and material success. If you don't appreciate the people in your life now, you won't have them tomorrow. This message encourages you to take personal responsibility and use it to realize your greatest potential. If you are someone who struggles with maintaining peace, or even think that the process to peace requires too much of you, you're going to have to approach things more responsibly in order to get the peace that you desire. You're going to have to create a process within yourself to address the things that maybe you haven't been honest with, even in your, whether it be in your partnership, even within yourself, because not everybody is in a partnership. Some people are just by themselves and trying to come into alignment with themselves, but you can't come into full alignment with yourself until you are 100% honest with yourself about your shadow side, about the things that you've been fibbing or lying or not being so honest about. Okay, y'all? All right, so that is going to conclude our reading for today. I thank you so much if you stayed to the end. Make sure that you hit the like and subscribe and turn your notification bells on so that you don't miss the next reading. I do appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful day.